Hello! I hope you're having a wonderful day today. In today's video, I thought I would do a little updated everyday makeup tutorial. Actually, I don't even know if I've ever done like an everyday makeup tutorial on YouTube before, which is kind of weird because I feel like I should have. Anyway, if you know me, you know I love a full glam. That is kind of like my thing, and I do sometimes struggle to go more natural. But today I'm going to be doing what kind of makeup I usually do if I do want a natural day, and something that I wouldn't necessarily usually film, but just something that I would do on my kind of day-to-day basis. My skin's acting up a little bit. Also, I'm filming with my boyfriend's camera today. I borrowed his camera because I kind of want to see the difference in the quality, so let me know if you notice any difference or anything different. I think this one shows my skin texture a lot better. There was like a blurring filter on it that I took off because I feel like my Canon, my one that I usually use, doesn't really show my skin texture at all. Like, it's just like the quality is not good enough, whereas I feel like this will probably show you guys like more realistically what my skin and my makeup was looking like. I hope so. Anyway, I don't really know. I'm really scared that I'm gonna like be editing this back and the audio is gonna be fucked or something because I've not used this camera before, so we will see what happens. I got this new dressing gown just yesterday from Sunday Riley. I don't know if you can see that. Sunday Riley loves Embla. So cute. I actually love it. It feels like a proper like hotel robe. Let's begin, shall we? Let me just put my hair up quickly. My biggest pet peeve is having my makeup or my hair on my face while I'm doing my makeup. First things first, always skincare. I've been loving the Rhode Glazing Milk lately. It's really good for your skin barrier as well. I was really surprised, to be honest, about Rhode's skincare. Not that I didn't expect it to be good, but I feel like a lot of the time, especially with skincare, I find it kind of hard to believe products are going to be good, especially if it's like a new kind of celebrity brand. I'm just very skeptical about skincare a lot of the time, but I've been absolutely loving. Why do you always do this when I'm filming my YouTube video? She actually always does that. She never does it unless I'm filming a YouTube video. But yeah, Rhode's actually really pleasantly surprised me with the quality of the products, and like it's actually been so nice for my skin. I've got pretty sensitive and dry skin. Usually I would apply this and then let it sit for a few minutes, but I don't really have time, so let's go in with moisturizer. You guys all know my love for the Glow Recipe Pink Watermelon Juice Moisturizer. This is my absolute holy grail. I'm just gonna apply a bit of this. Sometimes in the summer when it gets really warm, I will skip moisturizer in the daytime and just go straight in with SPF, especially if I'm feeling kind of like hot and sweaty. But it's still quite cold and like dry outside, and my dry skin would not handle that very well. So we're gonna do moisturizer, then I'm gonna let that sink in for a little bit, and then go in with SPF. This is the Polish Choice SPF 50. It's got vitamin C in it. This is my absolute favorite SPF, along with the La Roche-Posay SPF, but I actually think maybe this one's better. I just feel like the packaging is like easier and a lot less messy. It's got the same kind of thin formula and like the small, what would you call this? You know what I mean, like the same kind of applicator thingy, but I just feel like this one's less messy. Like it doesn't leak at all, which is really nice. Not got much left, so I'm just gonna try to squeeze this out onto my skin and then put this all over. It does all the good things that a good SPF is supposed to do. It doesn't leave a white cast, does not sting me in my eyes, which is so important. It just feels very seamless underneath makeup. Now onto the actual makeup. I'm gonna zoom you in a little bit so you can see everything properly. If you watch my videos, you know I always usually start with my eyebrows. I'm gonna wait and do my eyebrows a bit later on. Don't ask me why. I'm just changing things up. I'm gonna start with my Charlotte Tilbury Hollywood Flawless Filter. This is an iconic product. I need to sneeze. Iconic product. Everyone loves this product. It's so good, and I feel like I've kind of like rediscovered it a little bit because I had an old bottle for so long that I was kind of scared to use because I didn't want to run out of it. I've got a new bottle. As you can see, all the letters are still very much attached to the bottle. I feel like I've kind of rediscovered glowy skin, which sounds weird, but I am kind of like a matte girl usually, but I feel like I put this on the other day and I was just like, why do I actually look so good with my skin a bit more glowy? So I've been reaching for this a lot. I'm applying it kind of just all over my face instead of foundation, and then I'm going to blend it out with my Say brush. This is my absolute favorite foundation brush. It's so good. It's so big and just blends everything out very quickly and easily. I cannot see anything, so I need to actually have my mirror up here so I can see what I'm doing. This product, I don't really know how to describe it. It's not a foundation because it doesn't really cover all that much, but it definitely evens out your skin tone and just gives you like a beautiful, beautiful glow. And it does give you a bit of color. So for example, like me, I fake tan, but my face is always lighter than my body because my face tan always fades away a lot quicker. So using this, even though it doesn't have a lot of coverage, it does like give my skin some color and kind of makes it match my body. Also obviously depends on how much you use. You can also mix this in with like bronzing drops or mix it in with your foundation to sheer it out and make it a bit more glowy. I just feel like it makes my skin look so nice and just like beautiful and glowy and healthy. Maybe I'm just getting older and I need a more hydrating product. I don't know guys, I'm turning 26 this year. Terrified. I'm just kidding, 26 is really young. Time for concealer. I'm gonna use the Lancome Tint, I never know how to say this, Tint or Tint Ultra Wear All Over Concealer. I feel like these don't get talked about enough. I actually don't talk about them enough either. They are quite natural. I would say they're like a medium cover. They're so nice and hydrating. I've got two shades because for some reason I don't really have my perfect shade, so I'm using shade 03 and 250. How does that make sense? The only thing that I don't like is I feel like the applicator is a bit big for the bottle. Like when I take it out, I need to like really like pull it, which means sometimes it like splatters a little bit over me, which is really annoying. But the actual formula is incredible. I'm gonna apply the darker shade underneath my eyes. This one kind of just like perfectly matches my skin tone. I'm gonna put a little bit here as well, tiny bit on the middle of my forehead and on my chin. And then I'm gonna go in with the lighter shade. Oh, I'm scared now actually. Ooh. Do like a little dot here underneath my eyes so that brightens up a little bit. I always start by blending out the rest of the face, so like the chin and the forehead, because I like to let my under eye concealer marinate a little bit. If you allow it to dry out a little bit, I feel like it gives it the best coverage. Now let's go ahead and blend that out, kind of just keeping the sponge in place so I can get the most coverage right here where my under eyes are the darkest, and then I do kind of like pull it upwards to lift it a little bit. And then when I've kind of blended everything out, I take whatever's left on my sponge and just go over my eyelid like so, and then I do the other one. Even though this is a natural look, I'm still gonna do a little double layer of concealer. Even when I want to be a bit more natural, I do just like a lot of coverage underneath my eyes because I just hate my under eye bags. That is one thing. I think they're just like genetic because no matter how much I sleep, they're always just there, but it really does annoy me. I'm just gonna do like a tiny little dot right here with the lighter concealer where my under eyes are like the darkest, and then while that kind of marinates, I'm actually gonna take my NARS pot concealer. I don't really use this that much because I don't really get that many spots. That sounds like such a pick-me girl thing to say. I've got a spot like right here and down here, so I'm just gonna take a little bit with my finger and just dab it on. This is like my favorite thing to actually use to like spot conceal. I'm just lightly blending out the edges with my beauty blender, but that is actually like magic. That actually like covered that up so well. Now I'm just gonna go in and blend the second layer of concealer with my beauty blender. I'm trying to keep it like directly right here. I'm just gonna dabbing the sponge over and over again on the same spot until it's blended out. I'll blend that out a little bit better later, but I'm gonna go in with cream bronzer first. Anastasia cream bronzer, shade Golden Tan. I probably use this in like every single one of my YouTube videos by this point, but this is my favorite cream bronzer ever. It's so nice and blendable and buildable as well. I can make it look really natural, but I can also like build it up for a more full glam look. This is my favorite cream bronzer and cream blush brush from Makeup by Mario. This is the F4 brush. I use the bigger side for cream bronzer, picking up a little bit and just starting to build that up lightly. And I'm just kind of dabbing. I'm not like swiping it on. I'm just like dabbing it on wherever I would put bronzer. Normally I'm dragging it up to my ear as well because I don't want there to be like a stark difference. Time for cream blush. I'm gonna go in with the Rhode Sleepy Girl blush. I've been going between this one and the Charlotte Tilbury Pink Gasm a lot, but since we already have a lot of glow going on, I'm gonna go in with this one. This is such a nice like natural shade. It's not too like pinky. It just looks like a very nice like natural blushed kind of color. And I'm blending that out with the other side of my Makeup by Mario brush. I like to blend it quite high up on my cheekbones, like kind of starting around here and then taking it all the way up to my temples. I just feel like it gives a more lifted look. And then when I kind of blended everything out, I like to take my brush and just go over my nose the tiniest bit. This is all we're doing for blush today. And now it's time to set, going in with obviously my trusted Huda Beauty Easy Bake in Pound Cake. That's such a satisfying thing to say. I'm gonna do a powder puff. This is where I need to be careful because I have such a tendency to like overset my base, and I do love like a full matte look from time to time. I feel like it photographs so well, but for this look I want to keep most of the glow. So I'm gonna take a bit on my powder puff, and then I'm just gonna put the excess on the back of my hand like this. Going in with my beauty blender, just making sure that there's no creases underneath my eyes, because we don't want to like set those, because then those are gonna stay for the rest of the day. So we just need to make sure everything's still very well blended, and then going straight in with my powder puff and setting directly under my eye. I always personally need to set my under eye because I crease so easily. I've got so many fine lines underneath my eyes, it's actually not okay. But I also have got very dry under eyes, so I don't want to like overset them. Same thing on this side. And then I'm doing the same thing around my nose, on my chin, and like around my mouth, because I feel like that doesn't look very good when that's too like shiny, and on like the middle of my forehead. And then I just kind of like to take whatever's left on the powder puff and put that on the rest of my face, because I don't want to like completely set it, but I just want like the residue of the powder. And then I go over my nose with the residue as well, and over my eyelids as well. I feel like that's pretty good. Just go ahead and dust off the excess underneath my eye. My battery just died and I've actually no idea where it cut me off. Also, I'm sorry if the angle changed, but I was basically just applying my powder bronzer. I was just kind of like lightly going over the places where I cream bronzed, and I was saying everybody always asks me about this brush. This is just a Real Techniques brush that I've had since literally 2017. I got this when I was in makeup school in 2017. It's got like hairs falling out of it. This is the best bronzer brush I've ever used, but unfortunately I don't think they sell it anymore. It's so good. I need to stop using this because people always ask me about it, and I'm like, I'm sorry, I don't actually think they have it anymore. Anyway, I've got one more finishing step for the skin. This is a new one. I just did a video on TikTok on this the other day actually. This is a L'Oreal Lumi Le Glace, and this is such a nice product for glow. I'm just gonna take a little bit on my finger. You can glide this on your skin, but I just prefer having a bit more control and taking it on my finger, and I'm just gonna like very lightly pat it as a highlighter on like the high points of my cheeks right here. Just looks wet. Like, it's such a nice product. I'm gonna do a little bit on the tip of my nose and down my nose as well. My skin's basically ready, so I'm gonna set it in place with the Urban Decay All Nighter. This is a new one, I think. I've not tried this before. It's the Extra Glow. I usually always use the normal one or the vitamin C one. I'm very intrigued to try this. I just love the Urban Decay setting sprays. Moving on to eyebrows finally. I'm gonna go in with the Benefit 24-Hour Brow Setter. This is just a clear brow gel. I'm just gonna make sure nothing goes on my actual skin and just kind of run this through my brows very lightly. Oh, I'm such a changed person. I just love a more natural brow now. Now I look at pictures of myself when I did like a more heavy laminated brow. I'm like, what was I doing? It didn't really suit me. And now I just really love going in with a clear brow gel and then just doing a few little brow strokes with the product that I'm gonna use next. Next, Lift and Snatch brow pen. This is my favorite product ever to fill in my brows, and I literally just draw on a few little hairs at the ends of my brows and anywhere I've got like little bald spots, but I like to keep it very minimal. I just like making them a tiny bit longer, a little bit more full on the ends, because that's where I'm really lacking in brow hairs. But other than that, I just like them to be very natural. Sorry, the lighting keeps changing a little bit because the sun's going in and out because I'm using natural light as well with my kind of studio lighting. I got a comment on my TikTok the other day being like, oh, you're starting to sound more and more British. I don't know if I hear it, but like, I don't know, it's just funny because then I got really like self-conscious about it. Not that it's like a bad thing, but you know when someone points something out about you, I just like overthink what I'm saying and how it sounds. I would actually rather sound more British than American. I don't really like that I sound so American because then everyone thinks I'm American. I don't have a British accent quite yet. I don't think it's gonna happen. I've been here for 3 years now and it's not happened yet. I don't know why I started going on a whole tangent about this. Anyways, let's move on. For eyes, on an everyday basis, I don't really like doing much at all. I'm just gonna take my bronzer, my Charlotte Tilbury one, and like a big kind of fluffy blending brush. This one's the Morphe M441. I love the Morphe brushes, but I've had some of them for like a concerning amount of time. I basically just kind of fluff this all over my crease, kind of concentrating it right here. I'm just fluffing it towards my brow and kind of out, and then blending it in with my cheek bronzer kind of. And then I do the same on my lower lash line. I love having a bit of shadow on my lower lash line. I just feel like when I don't do it, it just feels like something's missing a little bit. Same thing on the other eye. Then what I've been doing recently and really enjoying is just taking a brown pencil liner. This is the L'Oreal Infallible one in shade brown denim, and I just do like the tiniest line just as close to my lash line as I can, just on like the outer part of my lash line, so only like 1/3 in of my eye, and just kind of like stamp it on there very lightly. Then taking a little tiny smudger brush like this and just very lightly smudging it out, and I'm not like winging it or anything, but I do like to kind of smudge it outwards a little bit. It is very subtle, but I feel like it does make a big difference to like the overall look. I'm gonna curl my lashes. This is my tweezerman curler. It's my absolute favorite eyelash curler ever. I like to curl them quite a lot. I'm afraid I'm gonna snap them off someday. Hasn't happened yet though, but I curl them at the base first, and then I kind of move up to the middle and then the ends bit a little bit, and then I go back to the base and like really properly curl them. I'm then gonna take my new favorite mascara. This is the Maybelline Lash Sensational Sky High mascara in waterproof. The waterproof is very important because I feel like that is what makes the lashes stay upright for me anyway. Love this mascara. Maybelline just does really good mascaras, but I've just figured out that for me, I just need a waterproof for the curl to hold at all. I'm applying quite a generous amount. I do love quite a lot of mascara. Bottom lashes as well. For lip liner, I basically always do the same, which is the Anastasia Mocha. I feel like this is just the tone of nude that suits me the best. I'm gonna go in with a bit of a lighter hand today because I want it to be a little bit more natural. Overlining slightly still. I'm just not pressing down as hard. And then I've been loving the Rhode lip tints. This one is the ribbon one. I like the tints better than the lip treatments, because I feel like the treatments can go a bit grainy sometimes, whereas this has not gone grainy on me yet. And it's got a slight tint, which I really like. I just wish I had more of a scent because the treatments have a really nice scent. And that is the makeup. I'm gonna take on my hair, and now we are ready. I'm really loving this look at the moment. I just feel like it's so like natural, fresh, and glowy, and I love it. I think I'm becoming a glowy skin girl. Like, that is so weird for me, but I think I just am. Like, it just makes me feel a lot more like fresh and alive, and I'm really loving it. Especially for summer, this look will be great. I feel like winter is more like for the full glam, and summer is for like the fresh, kind of more natural. That's my opinion anyway. I'm really loving YouTube at the minute. I'm so grateful for all the love that you guys have been giving me. Honestly, it means so much to me. YouTube is like, it's such a nostalgic thing for me because believe it or not, I've been posting YouTube videos on and off since I was like 8 years old. So to me, it is just like such a dream. Obviously, I love my other platforms as well, but YouTube is like my kind of lifelong kind of dream. It's just kind of crazy, and I just love these like kind of more long form makeup videos, and I really hope you guys like them too. If you've got any requests or anything that you would like to see, please let me know, because I want to be making content that you guys want to be watching. Let me know if you try out any of these products, if you try out this routine. Let me know how you like it, and if you have any questions as well, please pop them down below. Everything that I see, I always answer. You can always DM me on Instagram as well. But yeah, thank you for watching, and I love you guys. See you in my next video.